What is up, everyone? Impromptu show. Not even going to call this a show, just a real quick chat about some breaking news. Jon Jones is out of UFC 295. And with this breaking news, there's also some more breaking news that kind of goes along with it. Jon Jones is out. He injured his pectoral muscle. So I guess the muscle that, or the ligament that connects his pec to his shoulder, something like that. He was wrestling last night. Recording this at about midnight on Wednesday. So I believe this happened Monday night. He was doing some wrestling practice with somebody. It looked like Maurice Green. There was even the video released of him getting injured. Whoever it was, it looked like Maurice Green. They did stuff Jon Jones' takedown, and he tore his shoulder apart. So Dana White came out, posted his video, said that Jon Jones will probably be out for 8 months with this injury. And you might think, okay, so who's fighting Stipe here in about 2 weeks or so? No one. We have Sergei Pavlovich versus Tom Aspinall. Short notice, heavyweight interim title fight will take place on November 11th. And what happened is, more breaking news, Yuri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira will be now moved up to the main event, as it should be. And this is kind of one of those rare situations where a lighter weight class is going to take precedence over the heavyweight class. Usually if a heavyweight title fight, it's always the main event. I don't even know if I can remember where something else is above it, unless it was like a Conor McGregor card. Sorry, I'm still getting over being sick. But this is just insane news. What this means for Jon Jones's future, I don't know. I'm leaning towards we might not see Jon Jones fight again. I don't know if we get Jon Jones in the UFC ever again. His matchup with Stipe was kind of the perfect matchup for both of them, where, you know, Jon Jones isn't this dangerous puncher like Sergei Pavlovich or Tom Aspinall, and Stipe at this stage of the game, what is he, 42, 3-year layoff, got viciously knocked out by Francis in his last fight. Stipe doesn't pose the same threats as Sergei Pavlovich or Tom Aspinall does. And you know what? We got the best two heavyweights in the division, in my opinion. Jon Jones was fighting Stipe for a reason. We know he was probably offered Pavlovich, and we know he was probably offered Aspinall. I don't think Jon Jones is going to be lining up to fight either one of those guys. They're too young, they're too dangerous, they're too risky. They don't have a big enough name. Jon Jones with the win over Stipe, that's a legacy win that can go on to cement his legacy. A win over someone like Sergei Pavlovich or Tom Aspinall would mean more for someone like me or you probably listening to this, but in the grander scheme of things, that probably doesn't mean much for Jones at all. I don't think we're going to see either one of these. It sucks because, first off, when they fought, someone had to lose. More than likely, it would have been Stipe, and I'm a Stipe guy. I'm a Jon Jones guy too, and we want to see these greats fight, but we've got, in my opinion, something better. I think Aspinall versus Pavlovich is, both of the guys are more dangerous, more violent finishers. Sergei Pavlovich is a wrecking ball. So is Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall has the whole entire UK crowd behind him. He can be a huge star. Sergei Pavlovich is just that Russian killer. He's like someone from he's like Ivan Drago. He's just an insane, scary, fast-handed punching machine. And I don't think Jones is going to line up to fight these dudes. So this is going to be the fight. Someone asked me, well, if Jon Jones is going to be out so long and you don't think he's fighting again, why don't they just make this for the full-blown title? Just remember how many times Dana White took Khabib out for dinner before Khabib finally said no. How many times Dana will always leave the door open. Dana is great at leaving the door open for people. So that door will always stay open for Jon Jones. I could see this interim title fight in another 6 months down the road, turning into a full-blown title fight, and Jon Jones being promised a title fight if he ever wanted to come back. And quite frankly, this gets the heavyweight division moving again. I'm here for it. We have Jailton Almeida fighting next weekend versus Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis has the opportunity to make a resurgence over a streaking guy, and Jailton Almeida has that opportunity to get a big name win, someone like Derek Lewis. And there's still meddling guys out there. I hate to call Curtis Blades meddling, but he's out there. Darzinho Rosenstrike. We got Volkov, making a resurgence, and even guys like Tai Tuivasa that are kind of down and out. This just gets the division freaking moving again. I'm excited for it. And for Stipe, who knows, man? I don't. He said when he was fighting Cormier that he's not fighting anything besides title eliminators or title fights, and he's not looking to fight the number 10 guy. At that time, I believe the number 10 guy was like Curtis Blades. And yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if Stipe doesn't come back either. And that's fine. Stipe cemented his legacy. Jon Jones has cemented his legacy. Sucks for all the people that bought tickets to see Jon Jones fight. And Jon Jones is a huge star for the UFC, and he brings in tons of coin. But when you got someone like Tom Aspinall you guys can go find the footage of him after he won in the UK. I forget who he beat before he got his injury, but the whole crowd was going crazy. The scene outside the arena was nuts. So I think they got a big star, and I think they have a potential big star in Aspinall. I think the UFC will probably be pulling for Aspinall to win. I'm intrigued. I don't even know what the odds are. I just came down and started recording ASAP. Either way, I appreciate you guys for listening. Just wanted to come on here and chat real quick. If you guys like this, please let me know. If it's something that you would like us to continue to do, I will hop on and fire some stuff off. Until then, I have my show coming up again next week. Keith and Ben will have their show coming up. Just keep an eye out on Sherdog.com for all breaking news and all our cool podcasts and everything. Until then, enjoy the fights.